the time? It's time to get ill. Now walk the time. It's time to get
Yeah, look, listen. We get ready for the podcast. You already know it's the highest host, Adam L. You already know Mr. That's just Locks out here. Hayes Radio. We got an amazing show ahead of us. Shane with Maven's coming in the building. We're going to talk all about cannabis, storefronts, and just getting high, baby. You ready? You ready to learn some things? Let's go see. Stay tuned. How you doing?
Good, man.
All right?
Yeah, everything's good.
Coming, man.
Of course, thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. It's good of you guys.
Just
Studio's
chilling.
dope. Hell yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do is my boy Ken, he does the music for the show.
How you doing?
What's going on?
Nice to meet you, Shane.
And we're gonna Shane, yeah. I'm gonna have you sit right here.
Yeah, thanks, man. I got you guys.
You don't have to sit right now. Yeah, dude. You know who it is? Yes, it's me, the highest host, Adam L, right here for another episode of the podcast, baby. Hell yeah! I know Ken loves when I come in on his intros because I have a voice of an angel, dude. Like I hit all the keys, I hit all the notes, and then when I come in with my I look at Ken, and Ken has this look on his face like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening again, dude. But you love it, right, Ken? I have a voice of an angel, huh?
The show.
Thank
So
you.
angelic.
It's good to see you, Ken. Thank y'all to anybody who's out here hanging out, watching the podcast live on Twitch, or if you listen to it wherever you're at on all platforms. I know we are available on all platforms, and you can listen to this on Hayes Radio as well. Wherever you're at, we appreciate you in the car, at home, in the grow, at the shop, at the gym. I don't know where the fuck you listen to podcasts, but thank you so much. And I want to give a special thank you and a shout out to my guest today, sitting right next to me, because he has provided me with a lot of flavors in the past couple of years. He is part of Maven Genetics, award-winning Maven Genetics. Has probably some of the best hair in the industry. You know, every time I look at him, I'm just like, shit, bro, I need to get some hair tips from my man right here. I'm talking about the man right here, Shane, dude. Shane with Maven Genetics. How you doing,
I'm
dude?
doing great, man. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thanks for coming. I appreciate you pulling up. I know we got a lot of things happening. We've been crossing paths so many times throughout the past couple of years.
Many years, yeah.
Be it weed shows, be it production. I guess you were in the live studio audience for one of my first episodes of Hijinks.
Yes.
That's
It's
exciting.
awesome, man. You've done a great job, and you've given the industry such a great voice. So, for us, it's such a privilege to be here and be on your show, and I really
Oh,
appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Man.
It's an angelic voice.
Yes.
Right? That's why it's good. So how you doing? It's been hot as fuck. How you feeling?
It's hot as fuck, man. I mean, we're out here. We're Valley Cats, so to be out here and experience this heat is brutal, but it happens every year. And yeah, man, I'm kind of looking forward to winter.
818. Say it backwards. No, you say Valley Cats, like you are from the Valley.
Yeah, San Fernando Valley. I actually grew up in Agora Hills, but I spent a ton of time out here in the Valley.
Well, Agora is still considered the Valley. Like, I wouldn't really class it as a Valley because they have like different street signs and everything, but it's still 818.
Yeah.
They're still 818.
It's a very interesting area separate from the
It's like
Valley.
West, yeah. And it's just like Burbank. Burbank is still Valley, but they got like their own police department. They got their own like different street signs, but it's still 818.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it, man.
Yeah, but look at you, LA native, Valley born and raised. Look, I put that on. I put the 818 on my skin so they know.
like it.
So you must have been exposed to cannabis at an early age, being in the Valley.
Yes, absolutely. I always hung out with the older kids, and I got to experience a lot at a young age with all the cannabis.
Now, how old were you? How young were you when you were hanging out with the older kids?
I was probably like 12,
okay.
11, 12.
So we're like middle school, junior high.
Rollerblading and shit,
Yes.
skateboarding, whatever, and then all the other older kids that were neighbors or whatnot were like high school football stars and whatnot.
The cool kids.
All the cool kids would be up at their house.
Letterman jackets
I'd
and
fucking
shit.
go up there to say what's up. Everyone's smoking weed, drinking beer, and whatever they do. And I was like, all right, I could relate to this.
And then the day off, you're like, come here, little Shane, take a hit. Or is that like later on where you finally...
I think it was a more later on thing, it was just not that exposed to it, but I think as soon as I started getting into the more like beach and like skateboard crowd,
Okay.
it all made more sense.
Which is like, started getting older. So at 12, you were like around it, but you're like, I'm still like dare program, drugs, and say no.
Not that hard, but I think, 13, 14, I was like, all right, I'm smoking some weed and listen to a lot of Bob Marley.
Okay.
And then it kind of just became part of my lifestyle.
So you were 13 is a young age. Like that's like when I started smoking. That's still,
Sure.
And it was with the older crowd.
Always.
It was just you were skateboarding. You said.
Yeah.
So you were skating on Ventura Boulevard or something?
Skating around. Some of my friends would have half pipes and shit in their backyard.
Right.
We were like the little skate rats and always hung out and just did our thing, and here we are many years later and still doing it.
I feel like cannabis and skateboarding, the cannabis culture and the skateboarding culture is very identical with being the counterculture, them saying it's bad and there'll be a bunch of losers coming from it, and then like I know some people that have career skateboarding and many people who have careers in cannabis.
Ah man, I never thought it'd be a career, but here we are, right?
What was Little Shane doing? Were you gonna be a professional skateboarder? What was Little Shane's idea of an adult life?
I don't know. I was always watching skating and like the Search for Animal Chin and like real OG like skate movies, and when there was skate shops in the neighborhood, I was always there hanging out and whatnot. And I just love the skateboard surf culture and just being around that all the time and watching like, I don't know, Dogtown and just cool movies that were like OG shit.
Right.
It was, cannabis was always part of that culture, I guess, and I just caught on to it because I kind of like that, I don't know, loose lifestyle of kind of doing whatever the fuck you want and living your best life,
The late 1900s was a good time, dude.
It was, man.
It was a good time. It was like the internet wasn't readily available for everybody. We were outside on the streets. We had to get home when the street lights were on. We got to experience a little bit of life.
Yeah.
Skateboarding was one of them.
Skating, fucking surfing, I don't know. It was a good outlet compared to what a lot of other people were getting into, and I was thankful for that.
Oh yeah, so here you are, just skating, chilling out. How were you in school? Were you a good student?
I was an average student. I did what I was supposed to, but I didn't really like what it was boring. It was boring.
It was boring, but it was like, this is what I have to do. I did my work. I got by. I wasn't a nuisance. It wasn't like you weren't like a talking too much kid. You were just kind of.
I just want to do my shit and get it over with.
You had the CD Walkman on with the headphones.
I jumped on the beach bus a lot and left school.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Where I was getting dropped off for school is right where the beach bus would pick us up, and I'd look at one or the other, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go to the beach.
Yeah, it was like, and your parents weren't like, yo, Shane, I got a call saying you weren't at school.
They got the call. It took a while, but they got the call, And then I don't know. I made up for it and got it knocked out, and went to college. I did the whole thing, but I never thought that my degree in college would apply to where I'm at currently. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, wait, so here you are, a little fucking punk kid skateboarding, ditching school, going to the beach, smoking weed, but you still did your shit.
Yeah.
You did your school, you were a good student, and you were just smoking weed like we all were, being in the LA life, and then you still went to college and what did you get a degree in?
I was a PR major in communications.
What?
I sucked at math, so that was my easy way out. I was like, I can do this shit.
Yeah, numbers, I'm cool, but we could do some PR, and that applies now to what?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think learning those trades and creating a brand and all the tools that you kind of get through school that you kind of ignore. When I reached that point of like, holy shit, we're starting this cannabis brand and I'm going to apply some of those things, it was kind of interesting to see that it did apply.
When did you start? Was it like, were you just one day like, fuck all this weed, I want my own brand? Were you growing weed? Like, did you ever like have your own personal grows?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I was like, I don't know, all my friends out in the valley were growing.
Hell yeah. You already know.
The 398
Remember to get that SFB, baby.
Yeah, man. And that was when like pounds were going for like 7,200, 7,000. Not a lot of people know about that.
Hell no. 7,200. I remember the day I sold those packs. I was like, yes, let's go all day.
And my boys were doing it, and I was like, fuck, I got to figure this out. So, I was moving packs in Orange County getting through school. And then once I saved up enough money, I think I was like 23. And I went and fibbed on all this paperwork, and I got a 4-bedroom house, and I threw up I think I had 8 600s, and I just rocked one room with the blue bucket, the ebb and flow, blue buckets, 2 rooms of that. So I had
That was when you had them all connected.
Yes.
The deep water, coast, whatever it was, and
the bucket system, the blue bucket system.
Yeah, and if it fucks up and you get a little leak, you're fucked.
I would put linoleum on all my floors, so I try to cover that track, and then. Yeah, man, I had 2 little rooms cracking, 23, got through college.
Now, how'd you learn all this? Because it wasn't, like, readily available, this information to do. Were you, like, on forums, or?
No, the homies would, you know, back in the day, you don't really trust anybody.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
All my friends that were kind of like, hey, check this out, they would come over, show me what's up, and I was like, oh, all right, you know, I could go to school all day where my parents think I'm at work, and then whatever.
Do your passion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And what were you, do you remember what the first thing you were growing? Was it OG?
It was OG and Bubba. I had 1 and 1. I had 1 room of OG and 1 room of Bubba.
398?
398, yeah.
That's you were growing the exotics. Now those are exotic. You
I know.
can't find those anymore.
I know, man. We still have them. We still got the
Where are
cups.
they at?
I got them. I actually got something right here.
Wait, what? What's in this bag?
There's a couple gems in here. There's a couple gems.
I like how you're handling it with 2 hands.
Yeah,
oh
it's heavy,
my
man.
God. So here you are. All right, look. I'm gonna go through this right now because we got Maven. I got a bag full of Maven here. We got the hat right on top, of course, with the Maven, and of course the merch. We got the T-shirt. Oh my God, what is in here, dude? So you're growing the OG and the Bubba.
Yeah.
And it works out because I know OG's really finicky and it's like a bitch to grow, and I mean it doesn't yield as much, and it's kind of like a hassle. That's why a lot of people don't grow it anymore.
They were both kind of a hassle because the pre-98 Bubba has huge water leaves that just you're always canopying.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think I got really fortunate that even if I was a shitty grower, which I would know I wasn't the best when I look at the guys that I kind of looked up to, you were able to get away with it back then because the dollar value was so high. So even if you had a shitty crop or it didn't yield, you were still getting roughly 7.
I mean, and it wasn't as readily accessible to everyone back then like it is now on every corner. And if you knew someone, you knew. So you could, like, you know, the prices were kind of set for what they were. Like the grams were what they were, and there wasn't really much bargaining or finale. Like when you go to the Ralph's parking lot on Winnetka Ventura and shit, you're just gonna get the bag and give them the money. You're not gonna like question it.
Yeah. I mean, this is the day where you ask your dealer like for a $20 gram and you're asking him to weigh it fat at like 1.2.
Yeah.
You know
or
what I
you
mean?
get hooked up. You're like 1.2. Hell yeah.
You just scored on that shit. It comes in like the little dime bag or whatever. You know.
Yeah. Got a little.
Yeah. I don't think many people know about the $60 an eighth street market, which it was for a long time.
The 3.3s.
400. You know, 300 or 400 an ounce, and I don't know. We got lucky for the times that it wasn't an overly saturated market, and very fortunate to be a part of the rollover to where we're at today. You know.
It's crazy. We're going to get into that because I know there's a lot of things going. Growing at 23 and growing now, there's a whole lot of change, especially between like the way we grow, the actual product, the way it's presented, what people look for in weed too. Because I know these new customers, I don't think they know what good weed is. Because they just know what they hear about and what they have access to. So
it's confusing these days.
Yeah. So here you are, 23, got the OG heads to like help you out a little bit. They're like, yo, this is what you should do, and you're like, all right. I mean, it's cool. It's kind of boring. I love weed. Let me just fucking grow some weed. And you do a little harvest. Get one. You started with 1 room.
I had 2 rooms.
You started with 2 rooms.
I had 2 rooms and a little veg.
What? Yeah. And so two rooms indoor, no outdoor experience, nothing.
No,
just indoor.
Two indoor
lights.
rooms, 48 in one room, 48 in the other, and then like a little bedroom.
And then you got the yield. You enjoyed it. You're like, yo, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And you kept going. It never stopped.
Yeah. But I was vending to like all the shops in the valley like for a long time as well. So
this was back. Okay, so for people wondering, like in the 215 days of California, when you had a dispensary and you were a grower, you were considered a vendor. And what you would do is, I mean, either you would show up to these dispensaries, like cold call and just like, hey, are you guys looking for any vendors? Or you would call them and be like, hey, you looking for any vendors? And you would build relationships with certain stores. You would build relationships with certain buyers. So you would, like, I was a bud tender, like, you know, 2009, 10, 11, 12, whatever. So this was like peak era of when pounds were at like when I first started, pounds were coming in at like 6,000, and then by the time I left the dispensary, pounds were at like 2,000, and I was like, oof, this market is going crazy. But so you would just be calling or just showing up to dispensaries with your like, yo, I just got this. It's legal, like medical.
Yeah. I'd have the script. You go to your doctor.
You're my caregiver.
They'd give you the script to grow how 99 plants was the shit back then, you know. And
did you pay for the grower rec?
Yeah, of course. We'll charge you a little extra for that. You know?
Just give us another 100. You grow plants if you want.
Don't worry, it holds up in court. You know, kind of thing. So I was like, shit. It made me feel good to go to sleep at night with that. But at the end of the day, you know, we just kind of did what we did.
Yeah. So here you are, vending to dispensaries now. And do you have a brand right now, or are you just like the homie with some fire ass weed?
It was just knocking on doors and just, you know, selling lots of weed at that time. And then, you know, as the industry was growing, I'd see like labels on jars when they would serve with the chopsticks and the traditional medical, you know, little plastic pop tops. You
Love
know,
those.
Yeah, you know, so those days. And when I started seeing people like putting labels on these jars and whatnot, it just made me think a little bit differently. And then I saw guys like, you know,
you had your PR degree in your head. You had that paperwork teaching. You're like, oh, okay, I see branding. The people are marketing right now. I see what's going on.
Yeah, just like the identity and like branding cannabis, I thought was interesting, but I wasn't like super locked in on it until I had friends of mine like Dr. K from, you know, that does Kush Stock and you know, Vader Extracts. Like those guys were guys that I worked heavy with on those traditional days. And it was awesome. And then
I have lots of experience with Vader Extracts and Vader Village.
Yeah,
those guys, familiar.
You know, those guys were great inspirations, I guess you could say, for the time that I was, you know, trying to get in and get something.
Vader Extracts was this brand that just kind of came out and gave no fucks about anything, and they like changed the prices of eights. I remember the shops they were doing like eights were whatever, dude. I remember some shops were selling $100 eights and shit. Like it was $100 eight OG, and then they were like $80 eights, and then they would be like 60, 50, whatever. But I remember they would be like $35 eights, the whole shop, $35 cap, nothing more than 35 in the shop. And then everyone else would be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Oh
dude?
yeah, man.
And then it was
fucking wild.
And then it would just be 35 4-gram eights, and then fucking buy one get one free, and it was just trying to get people in, and it was crazy. But Vader, you know, we created a lot, especially at the Cannabis Cups.
Oh yeah,
with the Vader Village.
Those are special guys right there. You know, it was great to see it all in its glory days.
Those were great times. I don't know if we'll ever get times like that again, dude, where we could just put a pound in a t-shirt gun and shoot that
I'm
shit.
Okay. I think the days of living in the rearview mirror, man, just vending to all the shops with the raids going on, getting followed, like all the stuff that comes along with it, and how many people put themselves out there to lose everything during those times is crazy. But you know what, for them to like stand their ground for that long, look where we're at today. A lot of people sacrificed a lot and paved the road for where the industry is today, and you know, I'll never forget those people that really
people still get followed home, dude.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy now.
Oh yeah,
it's never gonna change. So you're out here vending, you grow in, you're just in there now. You're like, all right, I got my rooms going, we cool, I got my rec, we medical, boom, you meet the twins, bam, and then you see what they're doing. You're like, yo, I need to create a brand. Is that what's going in your head?
I think those guys were the most inspiring for me to look at branding cannabis in a sense, because they were the ones that were the most steady on it with Vader Extracts. You know, they still do it to this day.
Because shops were just like, it was just like 3-letter words of all these shops. It was like a fucking WXP or VHC or PPN.
The one they had off Tampa on the top, you know?
Yeah, I remember. GC. I'm just saying, like, out here, it was just a bunch of 3-letter words that they had, and it wasn't really a brand that people were pushing. It was just like, we are this store, and we have these strains. These are the flavors we have.
Yeah.
And then people started actually branding.
They did, because I remember selling to a lot of our friends or whatnot that had shops or affiliations, and then we would see like Saturn OG, but I was like, yo, that's like RPK Kush or whatever. So then I just started to see our flower kind of being branded for others that we sold it to, and then I was like, just kept brainstorming, and then I think I was in a interesting situation with my life and everything in Orange County, and once I thought things through on what side of the fence I want to be on, I'm like, are you gonna do illegal shit forever, or are you gonna try to make something of this? Because you know, everyone's time runs out. Not doing, you know, certain things. And my real dudes, you know, out in the valley, I gave them the concept. I was like, what do you guys think about this? You can continue to grow. I already have a lot of relationships with the shops because I've been vending them forever. And they're like, what do you got? And I pitched it, and they're like, let's go for it. And I couldn't be more thankful for the partners I have. You know, it's great.
And you pitched Maven.
Yeah, because like when I figured that we were all pretty like connoisseurs. We didn't just grow to grow. We were always really particular on the quality that we put out there. And
because it was different. I mean, I'm gonna pause you real quick.
Yeah.
Like back then when you were vending, it wasn't about like you're talking about. It wasn't about a brand or a label or a fancy package. It was
Not
like
at all.
what's in the bag that sells, not what's on the bag.
Exactly.
So you already were in there. Like I know how to grow. Like this is what people want. This is how to grow the best weed. I don't give a fuck about branding. And then once you get that brand involved with the product you have, that's when you start getting that recognition and people start want.
Absolutely.
So you all right, continue. Let's go. So you got the idea. You already grew the
idea's there. The brain's going nuts, and I was like, hey guys, and I just saw the word connoisseur being butchered a lot in the industry. Like there was fucking way too many connoisseurs. I'm like, Jesus, man, this is like. I knew we were because I feel like people that appreciate cannabis, there's like this ritual. You smell it, it sticks to your mustache. You're like wearing it, but like you value the product, right? So when I was looking up what terms of connoisseur, you know, Maven is Yiddish and it means experts in a specific field, ones of knowledge, and connoisseur. And I thought it was really cool to curate a brand that had a meaning with a logo and like a purpose.
Right.
And we try to just stick by that, man, and just kind of do our thing.
Maven. You did some research and you're like, let's look at words. I love doing that shit.
I did too. I geek out on that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, I just like to look in depth on that stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I do a lot. I be looking up shit. I be on Google. I be in the dictionary looking up words and definitions.
Oh
and
yeah, all that shit, man. That's all I would do. I'd sit on like dry erase boards and write it all down there because all of our ideas we think of and it goes out the window in 2 seconds. I was like, I don't want to lose this shit. I want to go try to figure it out again. So I'd write it all down. And
story of my life. I'm like, oh, I'll remember that. I can't forget that idea.
Yeah.
That one's great. And then 5 minutes later, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So here you are. You go with Maven.
Yeah.
Maven Genetics. You're like, we out here, connoisseurs. We know what the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
And you did it. And what year was this?
Oh man, I think we started the idea roughly 2015, you know, 15, 16. And the brand aesthetic at that time was this California bear with the green cross because that was popular. And I just had a different vision. And as time grew on, I just started looking at all the things of interest and stayed up forever online with graphic designers and whatnot and giving them ideas. And the logo was semi there. And then one of my partners, Jason, was like, why don't we bring the V down a little bit because it looks a little cut off. And when you're first curating something, there's no real wrong or right way. And I'm like, I like that, man. That works. And I was like, let's go.
Let's run it.
Yeah.
And now you guys just out here making it happen.
Yeah, man.
And bro, what was the first like strain that you guys were like branding?
It was the OG.
The OG.
Yeah, that was our shit, man. It was straight. You know, we had a couple warehouses.
Because that's what the band was the OG.
Yeah.
And you guys had the OG.
We had it.
And then when did you start seeing the shift change in the market where no one wants a fucking OG anymore? When people couldn't handle it because they're too weak and it was too strong for them? Or
I don't know, man.
People
I think
all the culture vultures coming in not knowing how to grow it and getting upset because they're not getting the profit, so they want to grow all these fucking high-yielding bullshit strains that are just pretty and don't get you high.
Like when Blue Dream flooded the market.
Listen, Blue Dream's great though. It made a lot of people money.
I know, I agree.
It introduced a lot of people to cannabis. It was real light. It was real flavorful. It had a cool effect.
Blue Dream.
Look, Blue Dream's a good strain, but like, you know, when they started getting all these dessert strains, you're just like, yo, like enough with the dessert.
Yeah.
Like, how many different versions of this dessert can we get?
I think like the trends are what we hopped on, you know, when we were doing the OGs, and then I think Jungle Boys did like such a great job with like their Purple Punch, and then when I was just looking at people and I was like, you know, you follow the trends and then you realize the thing that you're doing wrong is following trends because then you're competing with everybody that's doing the same thing. And I think that shift right there, when I started to see us do that and be in with that market, we started doing all of our own breeding and being creative to, you know, cross-pollinate and do our own strains. And ever since we jumped on that bandwagon, I wanted to be the brand on the shelf with the strain that nobody has ever seen or knew about. And we've kind of just been on that page, and it's kind of given the brand a reset. So
hell yeah! I always say just stick to you, to who you are. Fuck what everyone else is doing, because your audience, your crowd, your people will be there as long as you do what you do. And I'm telling you, this bag, what is in here, dude?
You got some special stuff in there, man.
This is heavy.
You got some shit in there that's not even out of the market yet. You've got some R&D stuff. You got a good.
Oh man! All right. Well, we're gonna get to this. So what's Maven? So now here you are. So you created this brand. You got Maven Genetics. You guys are growing. You're in the 215. You're doing this traditional thing, and then Prop 64 happens. You guys are like, are we gonna go traditional? Are we gonna go compliant? Are we gonna ride it out, see what the fuck's going on? Like, how is that whole thing?
We kind of wrote it out until the very end without like putting ourselves out there for too much exposure. And right when it was rolling over, we were able to jump on board with the evolution of the industry from legal to illegal, or illegal to legal.
I mean, it's never illegal. It was just
the gray area.
Medical.
It was medical. That's where it all started.
Medical.
People forget that shit though, man. Like,
Yeah.
people forget about the whole medical aspect of the industry.
Yeah.
And it's so overlooked because it's so recreational.
Yeah.
But man, like, that's what really got us to the point that we're at today. And I feel like that's just so overlooked.
Yeah, 1996 in San Francisco with Dennis Perot, Harvey Milk. I think they led the whole legalization medical, like, we need this for us. And I mean, you know, they got a lot of people signing it, of course, in California. And you know, California's a big trend-setting state.
Absolutely.
We made it happen. I think Alaska was first, though, no? Did Alaska? I think Alaska went legal, like, I think recreationally first. But no one talks about Alaska.
No one talks. I got boys in Alaska doing it too.
Yeah, no one goes to Alaska. I mean, what's the market in Alaska? Like, how many people actually live in Alaska? What's the population in Alaska? And then out of that population, how many of them actually consume cannabis? Yeah, the market's probably tiny in Alaska. That's right, no one's in Alaska, dude. So you're like, fuck it, we're gonna go compliant, and now you guys are in stores, and I heard some exciting news as well, dude.
Yeah, man. We've you know, we have our own distro. We're very fortunate to build a whole sales team and expand the brand. And I think the most recent exciting thing for us is launching our own retail store. We have our grand opening coming up this Saturday in Tarzana.
What?
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, man. A lot of interesting politics and dynamics and all the shit that goes along with what we do in our industry. But we're very fortunate. You know, we're still like the band's band, I would like to say, and to have our own retail, I hope, you know, gives the brand a little bit of recognition and, you know, just keep pushing for our passion.
That's big moves, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
And are you guys gonna have other people's products, or is it...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, there's so many great brands out there that really help the pulse of the industry, and I feel like anyone that's been able to get on the shelf, I take my hat off to them. And if you maintain that spot, you're doing a great thing. And you know, a lot of companies out there have done such a great job, and why not have them on your shelf and just, you know, share the love? Give there's a little something for everyone, man.
Yeah, if you guys need any alcohol on that shelf,
absolutely,
you know, a lot of consumers need to keep their glass clean with the smoke out of. So.
I saw some lit ills in the past.
Listen,
you know, I've seen a couple things.
There's been a lot of products, you know, that we put out there, but you know, we can always make things happen too.
Always, man.
What?
All that teamwork.
You know, I've been fortunate enough to try some of the Maven Genetics flavors in the past.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've been pretty delicious. They've been good, and you know, they've been involved with the whole other things, because you know, when I used to get them, it's at events or when they're crossing, when I get a whole bunch of other things. But this bag right here, look, I'm salivating thinking about it. I see little boxes on the bottom too, dude. I see little concentrates. Okay, we're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to this in a little bit, dude. How does it feel though? Okay, because this is just a little crazy to me. Here you are, little Shane, growing up in the valley, rolling around skateboarding, little smoking weed and shit. And did you ever think that, like, yo, I'm gonna get a legally sell weed on Ventura Boulevard?
Not
in the valley.
ever.
Like, what was little Shane wanting to be when he grew up? Did he have any? Were you gonna be like a professional skater? Were you gonna be like what was the dreams as a middle schooler?
You know, in middle school, I really had no idea. I was just so focused on doing kid shit. And I think as I got a little older, I had a lot of friends that were musicians. And I think watching them thrive and watching them play in these little shitty venues and where they started to become who they became was an awesome and exciting thing for me to watch. It's just like people's passion, what they sacrifice, what they give up to just do what they do. And it was really inspiring to watch these friends of mine put so much time into their music to play on the little stage, to traveling the world, and that was really inspiring for me.
Who are these friends?
I was fortunate to grow up with the guys from like Incubus and Hubis Tank and a few members of Linkin Park.
Hell
So
yeah.
it was really cool to like, I don't know, watch that whole like 90s movement. And I still love, you know, watching some of those guys thrive and
Still
play
make it
today.
happen,
Yeah.
dude. Look at you. And I want to appreciate you and thank you for continuing your passion with growing, because, you know, I'm sure a lot of us have attempted it, and it's not the easiest thing to do, especially if you do, even if you do complete the process, the final product might not be what you expected, even though you think it's the best because you did it yourself and you know it's fucking mids. But I want to thank you and all growers out there who actually stick with it and keep it up, because without you guys, none of us would be out here enjoying this plant and living a life or involved in this culture or this industry, because I know a lot of people now are making a living in the weed world, which is kind of crazy.
It is.
To me, you could get a job packing weed, you could get a job rolling weed, you could get a job selling weed.
Yeah.
You could get a job at Human Resources for a weed.
You can.
Like what?
It's wild, man. It's crazy to see it from, as you and I know it, from the beginning to where it is today.
Yeah. So that's cool that you know, you were just inspired by your friends and motivated and stuck with your passion, and now you are, you know, have a brand and you have a storefront in the valley, and you guys are just winning awards.
Trying to win awards, trying to just showcase what we do, man.
What are you smoking? What is like the day in the life for a shake? What are we doing? Are you a wake and baker?
I'm not a wake and baker because it really fucks up my tasks throughout the days. I get distracted and I think too much. And if I just keep streamlining on what I'm supposed to do, it allows me to get it done. And when I come home, I think my days are so like intense and like busy that when I get home, I need to relax a little bit.
So you look forward to it.
I look
Something
forward to getting home and
to.
rolling up, and I love just grinding up fresh flower because I feel like the terpene profiles in a fresh roll, and I don't know, just the whole experience of unwinding when I get home, or you know, that's my day. You know, I'm not a functional.
Was your first time smoking a joint? The first time
No,
you smoked weed?
it was out of I think it was out of this shitty those little metal pipes from like way back in the day with
The
some
little
stress.
colorful ones.
And I remember smoking some weed with some girls who were in like 7th grade. And
The first time you smoked weed with girls, it wasn't with the
it was
skater
me
dudes?
and my buddy. No, I was too young to smoke weed with the skater dudes.
Oh, okay.
This is like the 7th grade. We're
Okay.
down in the river, you know, and doing, you know, you hide when you're a kid and you do shit.
Right.
And we're smoking down there, and then we go back to this girl's house because her mom's gone, and we're all sitting in a circle passing this pipe around, and she starts to freak out and gets all paranoid, and I just took my first couple of hits, and I look at my buddy and I'm like, oh shit, man. I'm like, is that gonna happen to me? And he goes, no, bro, you're cool. And I'm watching her just have this full panic attack because it was like all of our first time smoking weed, and it was just like the funniest experience when like the paranoia sets in, and I'm sitting there wondering, is that gonna happen to me? You
You're
know?
just more focused on her.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, you know, but it all worked out, and you know, here we are many moons later.
So it was all your guys' first time smoking weed?
Yeah, it was actually my boy, you know, my buddy Justin from Cali Bud. So I've been friends with him since 7th grade, man. And he was actually the one that even put me on game in the grow for that long ago, you know. And he and I and these two girls from just middle school, man. And I looked at him and I was like, bro, am I gonna end up like that?
Where'd you guys get the weed from?
I don't even know, man. I don't know. We all had the older friends, you know, that would be
So
like,
just
don't get in trouble here.
Here,
you know?
dude.
Yeah.
Just don't tell them I gave it to
Yeah,
you.
don't tell your parents.
There's some stress. Take the seeds
exactly. Always pulling beans out back then, man. You know?
Now people fucking will capture those beans and sell them in the fucking
Yeah,
yard.
they'll either talk shit because your weed has seeds in it, or it's a gem. It's such
Yeah.
a weird mix of emotions. But yeah, man.
All the pollen chuckers out there with the fucking backyard seeds, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm gonna put these in a seed pack and sell them. F1s, let's go.
Yeah. It's wild.
Isn't that crazy? Like, it's just because I used to work for a seed company way back, and it was crazy the way people were talking about how seeds were made and how they were bred and what genetics they were, and now like it seems like all of a sudden everyone's a geneticist and everyone's a breeder. And
I know.
It's like social media just gave everyone the fucking ego and platform to be like, yeah, I could do this shit too. And oh no, that's not a male plant. That meant to happen. I wanted these to be seeds.
Totally.
Yeah. We'll bag these up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really cool watching the breeders because they were inspiring to me too. I'm watching them, you know, kind of like perfect their craft, and I'm like, that's so dope. You know, I want everyone to win at the end of the day, man. That's what I think is cool. Watching everyone do their thing.
Yeah, I love it, dude. That's what I want to see, and especially if we could turn our passion to paycheck. That's what it's about.
Right.
Dude. What?
For sure, bro.
So speaking of, let's see, because I just finished my blunt. I might need another flavor.
Yeah, roll it up for us, man.
Should I just go in and grab, or is there something you want me to really see right now?
You know,
I see a blue agape.
Yeah, the blue agape. That's one of our newest strains.
Agape?
Yeah, the agape.
Agape.
Yeah, check that out, man.
The number 9, dude.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the white?
We have like our
and the
black box. That's like our limited. The white one we haven't even really released yet, but that's going to be coming out specifically from our micro batches from our breeding program. So instead of just having these like small batches that we don't put out, I think there's enough of it to share the love. So we just type a little exclusive batch, and that's our first one ever going to you.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, these jars say research and development.
Those are new, so that's part of our breeders program as well. There's a whole program that we have. When you scan the QR code, it takes you to a site. We want people's feedback. We want to get more involved with people that support us, and we would like them to be a part of our growth and take everything they have to contribute.
The micro batch.
Yeah.
So that means it's just like one
There's
room.
maybe like 2 pounds of it.
What?
Yeah, because we do just enough to really see if it yields, what the characteristics are.
And then you want to get the market, you want to get the consumer's input to say,
is it worth doing a big run?
So we run a whole room.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we'd like to get people involved now. It's kind of cool to see what people's thoughts are to help us grow.
And you have like a whole breakdown of it too. Golden apples, a cross of our golden hour and fried apples, is a dreamy, flavorful hybrid with a strong head high and a soothing sense of full body relaxation. Its dense nugs have wiry amber stigmas laid between clusters of frosty trichomes. Fresh fruity notes of apple and lemon are at the forefront of the strain aroma, with a subtle hint of spice and hops on the finish. Its flavor profile follows suit with a sweet fruity inhale and an earthy herbal exhale that induces a mellow, calming buzz. Golden apples, get it today.
Right.
Made in.
Talk about dessert strains.
Golden apples, dude. Is it purple though?
No.
Yeah, see the purple desserts. Oh damn! Look at that. What?
We've got some color strains though. I mean,
no, you do, but this looked like it was like covered in white, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, roll on, man.
Oh my god, dude. I know you guys probably can't see it, but look, I'll just put it right there just in case it focuses. Look right here, bam, dude. Jeez. It smells it's got like a sweet sour kind of fragrance. Real refreshing, like and here, Ken, how does it smell, dude? How does it smell? Let's get Kentron.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
What does it smell like? It smells like powerful?
It hit my face, like it made me like go back a little bit, and in a good way, like a pleasant, powerful.
Sweet, like any fruit
Yeah,
or.
I do smell some sweetness in there.
Okay.
I do for sure.
Okay. Thank you, Ken.
Powerful and sweet.
Sweet and powerful. Great review, Kentron. Do you want to? Are you smoking? Did you smoke yet?
I smoke.
You want to smoke? You need some? Let's see.
Sure.
So what does Maven offer, dude? I see you got weed in here. You got concentrates. You got pre-rolls.
Yeah, we've got basically our whole product line. We start with the A's. We've got the pre-rolls. We have little 5-pack pre-rolls that are like 5 half grams. We recently launched our vape line not that long ago, to where we use all cannabis-derived terpenes from the strains that we cultivate. I just feel like for people that are familiar with our strains, it's very nice to pair everything. Our rosins, they were absolutely horrible, like in the past, and we just like looked at that craft as like what the good concentrate or extract peoples do. We had to kind of retract a little bit, went back to the drawing board. I'm really proud of what the team has done, and our rosins are definitely coming on board. So you got a little in there for you as well.
Yeah. So I'm gonna probably smoke. So I just wanted to go through the strains that I got and read them, so everyone knows what flavors I have. And these will be available at the store
Yes.
until they sell out, because I know some of these are super limited. And I got some, so I'm sorry, dude, if you hear something you like and it's not available. Sorry, G. You asked out, dude. Oh my god, what did I get, dude?
Bless you up,
fucking ounce right here. Oh my god, dude. The legal limit, dude. All right, so we got we talked about the golden apples, and I mentioned the blue agape, number 9, dude. And those are the R&D lines.
Yes.
What? So those are super limited. And one's the hybrid, one's the indica. And then we got the umami butter.
That one's a hitter.
A hitter?
Yeah, people love that strain. And a rosin that pairs with it's good.
What? We got, what is it? It's a gelati and black diamond?
Yeah,
X.
the Black Diamond X was one of our OG strains that we crossed with it. We just, sometimes it gets out of hand, man, when we start doing the breeding. There's so many crosses.
That's what I was saying.
It gets to be wild.
And you guys keep a lot of these? Like, what is the process of like growing and keeping all these strains and getting the genetics and like do you guys be like, oh, I love this one, we should cross it with this one and see what the flavor is, see what the yield is? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's like a whole bunch of R&D, man. You don't even know what you're gonna get. You just try to go for it. You get some gems.
And then you guys have a whole log of it, of what you guys have done, what the notes were, what.
Our cultivation team is so dope. Chad and Aaron, they're such intricate guys when it comes to the craft, and they're like, you know, little kids in a candy store when it comes to all that.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Can we make some shit? All right, so we got umami butter, then you got the golden hour.
That one's got heavy terpenes, man. That's a great strain as well.
Yeah, it's a sunset sherbet back cross with your blue lotus.
Yeah.
The savory pungent strain. What? And then you got the strawberry kava. Ooh.
That's a newer one.
Ooh, zesty sativa, huh?
Yeah.
You got the white dahlia.
That was a good one too.
Of course, they're all good. I'm sure they're all amazing, dude. White Dahlia, the 4th installment of your exclusive Black Box collection, dude. Let's go. You got the Vanta Black.
Yeah, that one's got color, man. That's a really pretty strain.
Yeah, that's that magazine weed.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Let me look at it.
it's a beautiful one.
Yeah, let me look. 'Cause I think I want to try the strawberry though, because you know I like the flavor, dude. I'm already lit, and it looked good. You said the Vanta had the color.
It's got a
Let's
little
see.
color to it.
Let's go, dude. Let's see it. I like these boxes. I like how easy it is to open. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
Yeah, it's
Pop
pretty
tops.
good.
You guys see it? I don't know how it works, dude, but can you see it? What? It's the fried apples and the Black Diamond X, dude. Did you get it? My bad. I should have been a surgeon with how still I could keep my hands, huh? You like that shit? Hell yeah. Big vibes, dude. All right, we got the Vanta. We got the Cherry Gas. Ooh.
Yeah. That was like one of our first hits, I think. You know, when you put cannabis out and you just see if you ever get any hype on it. I think that was one of our first strains that we actually got a little bit of.
Yeah, I think I remember
audience.
smoking this one. I think I've had this one. In
That
the
batch
past.
came out really nice, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like sour. It's like a sour tart, like a tart sour, not like a gas sour, but like a tart sour.
That's a good strain.
What? I like that. I like that. Ooh, it got a little picture of it on the inside too.
Yeah, we have these little
Ooh.
info cards in there with the terpene profiles.
Wait, it comes out?
Yeah.
Oh, mira que chulada. Damn. You got. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Look, you collect all the cards, dude.
Yeah, right.
Make a little wall collage. Damn. Let's go, dude. What else we got? You gave me a whole box, dude. We did the.
You smoke heavy, man. You deserve it.
I do. The Golden Hour, the White Dahlia, the Orange Bellini.
That's a hitter, bro. You should definitely open that.
Well, it's the white box, so.
Yeah.
It's the only white one out of all the black ones, dude. I don't know if that means is this the R&D box or.
No, it's just we haven't even. That box isn't even out yet. But
What?
I pulled it from the back, and I was like, "We're gonna meet up with Adam Mill today. He's got to get the proper presentation." So you're the first, bro.
We got the Blueberry Mac also right here, dude. And then you drop some cold cured rosin. Cold cured, dude. We got the umami butter. Ooh. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I appreciate all these flavors. I'm gonna roll up. You said I'll try the orange.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course we got you. We're talking about it. The vape cards.
Yes.
What? Is umami the one? Because it feels like you guys have done a lot of umamis.
Umami seemed to hit.
Yeah, I'm smoking the white box. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna leave that umami out because I want to see it right now.
Yeah.
So let me put this back down enough. I don't need to be cleaning up or anything, dude. Let's look at this. All right. Let me look at this orange Bellini. Ooh, it looks so like timeless and classy and clean, dude. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a tangy-ish,
Yeah, a
almost
little
like
citrusy, orangey.
Yeah, orangey, classy, super refreshing. Like I want this for breakfast. Dude. Yeah, I'm gonna try this right now. And
That's
then
good.
the umami butter, dude. Umami butter. Isn't umami like a type of burger?
Yeah.
Umami. He said, "Fuck the desserts. We going with
Yeah,
entrees.
we're going burgers
We
now.
We going burgers, dude. Ooh, it's green too. I like green weed. What?
Remember when green weed wasn't worth anything not that long ago?
I'm trying to make green weed great again,
Yes.
dude. We gotta make green weed great again. Can we start that campaign?
Let's do it.
Can we make green weed great again? I mean, it's not that it hasn't been great. Just like bring green weed back, dude. All right, I'm gonna roll this up. So, what's it been like, dude? Like, we talked about it earlier. I know you talked about the market. You first grew OG and Bubba, which are one in my top threes, honestly. I love an OG, number one, of course. I love a good pre-98 Bubba. This reminds me of like my first time just getting really high with the true flavor and like a strain specific. And then also I love sours, dude. Like a sour OG or even a haze, man. I miss like having access to like a super silver haze, like readily available. Everyone's like, oh, it's like 15 weeks. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I know it's not 15, I'm embellishing, but still, like, what's up, dude?
It's coming.
What's up?
You gotta come down to the spot, man. I'll give you a little tour and everything we have going on. I'll show you what's to come. It's pretty exciting.
Listen, we got cameras. We can come by. We can make it happen. Show the people what Maven has coming up.
I'd love to have you guys down.
And see what's going on. I'd love to see the process because you just gave me fucking 10 different strains right here, and I'm sure this isn't even the whole collection.
We have like 25 strains.
Ooh,
man.
like how does that work? Like you must have an amazing team.
We do.
Like just having a couple plants in your house is so much work. So I can't imagine having hundreds, thousands of plants.
Yeah.
In the fucking spot. Where are you in the? Where's the facility at?
So we have one in North Hills, which is our first vertical integration, known as Kush Alley, and then we have our Maven Genetics like headquarters, and then we have another cultivation right across the street. So we have 3 total, and then we just got 16 acres up in Santa Barbara. So we're building that out right now.
So much work.
I know,
dude.
man.
It's a lot of
When you're
work.
passionate about something, you get weird, and that's how we dedicate our whole thing to it, and that's what we do. I mean, my team is so dope, and I couldn't be more thankful enough to get to work with my friends and business partners, and just everyone kind of do the whole divide and conquer, and you know, make all this come together.
And where can people find Maven? Are you guys in California?
Yes, I think we're right now in roughly, I want to say like 300 to 350 retail stores
Awesome,
from like
congrats.
San Diego to Sacramento.
Okay.
And, you know, we just keep pushing, you know, and just keep trying to expand the brand.
Do you have a favorite Maven flavor?
So we had the orange truffle souffle, which was like the secondary to the orange Bellini. That this is like the evolution. And then we had the affogato that was good.
I think I've had that one too.
It was good. And then the blue lotus came into play, and that was like our real hit. You know, like that was like one of those strains that really stood out. And there was I think Jimmy Devine did like a really cool article on us that writes, you know, and it's been just neat to see the feedback, you know, just to get that feedback. It just helps out so much, you know, even if it's shitty feedback, I like to learn from it to become a better brand, and just to get the support is great.
Well, let me tell you, as a blunt smoker, the breakdown of this orange Bellini is wonderful. It's really fresh. I feel like this is a fresh batch for me.
Oh yeah.
The nugs still fuck. That's how I like to test my weed too.
Yeah.
Based on freshness, I take 2 nugs and I put them together, and if they stick, then I know they fuck and it's fresh. We know that tech, right? Yeah. Look, it's sticking. It's sticking, dude. Look.
Yeah,
It's sticking.
it's on
Dude. And then it smells like super refreshing, and I know it's gonna roll up really great. So I'm super excited for it, man. And if you need any pair of lungs, dude, you know, to give you some R&D,
Absolutely.
my lungs are ready. I got a good team of professional smokers around me too that can give you some honest advice and we're ready to make it happen.
I'll be your sponsor, man. I got you guys.
Listen, Shane, look, I know he came in and threw up the hand signals and said there was a couple minutes left, dude. So I know we can keep talking because we barely
kind of scratch the surface.
Yeah, we scratched the surface on a couple things, and I know we could talk about a whole lot more, but I just want to make sure you get all your shout outs before he comes in and tells me it's done. Social medias, websites, address for the store.
So the social media, we got shadow banned a while back.
Listen, I already know it. I hate social media, bro. I mean, it's a necessary evil
It is.
that we deal with, especially with Instagram. I'm sure you...
Yeah. So the Instagram, just type in the Maven Genetics, and you'll see pretty much all of our content. It's fairly well laid out, unless you see other people that have tried to mimic us, which I'm still thankful for too. I'll take that as credit.
Yeah.
just to be recognized. I think it's great.
It made you relevant.
Yeah. As far as the store's grand opening, our address is 18629 Ventura Boulevard in Tarzana.
You know what's so crazy is I used to work at a skate shop right down the street from there.
Yeah.
At Vertex on Reseda, Ventura.
Yeah. That's OG shit right there.
Now it's like a kung fu store, bro.
Yeah.
That's where I used to hang out there, dude.
Yeah.
In the late 90s, late 1900s, early 2000s. That's crazy. Yeah. And now there's a weed shop right there.
I mean, all Ventura Boulevard, a ton of weed shops. It's great.
I used to skateboard. I went to Portola right there, too.
That's dope, bro.
The middle school right down the street.
Yeah.
I remember when there was a movie theater. The Man, remember Man?
Man H and shit.
Yeah, it was right there, right across the street, bro. I know exactly where you're going to be at, bro. Right next to the grill.
Come through Saturday. We'll be doing it.
There used to be a Blockbuster right there, or a Hollywood Video.
Blockbuster.
Yeah. Damn. Now I'm living my fucking old Ventura.
I know.
I used to skateboard. I was a punk ass skateboarding kid right there. Like Ventura Boulevard.
All the time, man.
Was where I used to always fucking skate right there. Because I grew up.
Go skate all the high schools and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a couple Valley cats that turned pro, and you know a couple of them.
Yeah.
Rip around a little bit.
Yeah, I think
Jerron Wills.
Yeah, I know Jerron, but there was a half pipe in the back of White Oak that we used to go to.
That's
the
dope.
nice house. I don't want to call his name out, but he's one of the biggest skaters right
That's
now.
cool.
But I mean, when I skateboarded, it was I liked it, but then I saw the Rodney Mullen versus Daewon Son video.
Man, that was sick.
And I was just like, you know what? I don't think I can do this anymore, bro, because these fools are just out of control. I'll just skate to cruise and hang out, but I ain't trying to do no pro shit now.
I think it was Jamie Thomas from Zero when he did the leap of faith or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
So long. I was like, Jesus, man.
Was it off a water tower?
It was like a lunch area, it looked like a high
50
school.
stairs or something
Something nuts. He
I
just jumped off this big ollie, and I don't know. Skating is nuts. It's super dope. I admire it, and I don't know. Our culture is cool, man, with the whole cannabis thing.
Are you guys on Weed Map? I forgot we're. Hey, what's up, Twitch? How y'all doing? By the way, everyone listen to the podcast. We live stream these on Twitch as well. Highest host on Twitch, twitch.tv. We got a chat room here. What's up, everybody? Hope you're feeling. I'm gonna just ask a couple questions real quick from the live stream. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Any plans to expand to other states?
Yes. We've got a couple ideas on New York, possibly, and we definitely have some MSO ideas.
Hell yeah. All right, so Silly, there I have ideas, so stay tuned. What state are you in, Silly, so I can let him know. We got another question from Wasted. Are you guys on Weed Maps?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
The Maven store, you'll see Maven Genetics on there.
Yes, just type in Maven Genetics and you'll see all the information. You heard Shane. And then also, the orange truffle souffle and umami butter looks fire.
Yes.
So
those
they
are great
are
trends.
probably on the website looking at it right now, and they said shout out to Michigan. Shout out to Michigan. So.
Absolutely. Shout out Michigan. They've been doing it big for quite some time.
Yeah, I had a lot of time in Michigan, dude. It's listen. Look, see, I knew it. It's like a ninja, dude. Like a ninja. Wow. It's been great, Shane.
Awesome,
I appreciate
man.
you
Thank
coming
so
by.
much. Appreciate you guys.
Good luck on everything. The
Thank
store.
you.
Can you say the address one more time?
Let me see.
186.
18629 Ventura Boulevard in Tarzana, California.
Let's go. Look, grand opening is gonna be September.
This Saturday, September 10th.
September 10th, this Saturday. I'll pull up. If y'all want to pull up, come by. We can smoke some weed far away from the shop on my old stomping grounds in Ventura Boulevard, dude. Thank you once again,
Thanks,
Shane,
man.
for
Appreciate
coming
you
by.
guys.
Maven Genetics, check them out. Kentron, always a fucking pleasure, dude.
For sure, man. We here.
We're here.
Doing it.
Getting high. Thank you. Man of many words over there, Kentron. Shout out to everyone who is listening to this podcast wherever you're at in the world, dude. You could be anywhere, but you're here with us, so thank you guys so much. Catch us on YouTube, and just go to adamhill.com to get all the links for everything that I'm up to. Sign up for the newsletter, all that. Shout out to Hayes Radio for having me. Check out the Roku channel. And Amazon and Apple and all those fucking streaming platforms. You already know. Check it out. We out here. Check out all the content. I'm about to light up this orange Bellini, dude. The dry hits are already delicious. You see me just keep dry hitting it? I'm like, it's like dessert right now. Thank y'all. We out. I appreciate y'all. Till next time. I'll see y'all. Bye. Yeah, dude. I'm lit. I learned a lot. Like I said we would. Shout out to Maven with the whole bag of fucking flavors, dude. What? And of course, look, a bag of flavors, dude. And of course, Kentron. Give it up for Kentron. Woo! Thank y'all for tuning in, dude. I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget, you can find this on all platforms. The audio, all platforms, dude. What is it? Google, Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Pod, whatever, dude. Yeah, all that. Thank you.